Hello, lovers of the world. This is Sinta speaking. I know you can't see my beautiful earrings, but they're hearts because I love the world. But I can't do this without earphones. I can't do this without music because I'm afraid of my own thoughts. I love Twice. You have no idea how much I love Twice. I actually have a few of their album. Well, I'm too lazy to get up. Twice has a special place in my heart because they basically debuted in the same month of the same year that I got into K-pop. I've been following them for basically their whole career, and like it's special because like I got into the scene the same time that they did, and I just felt like I grew up with them, grew into the person that I am alongside them. And it's been a fascinating journey kind of watching them go from essentially the super cutesy baby girl, ooh, wholesome, into like the more mature adult woman they are now. Much to think about. And the fact that they released alcohol free. Well, I'll talk about that when I get into it, but let's introduce the purpose of the video first. This is basically a tier list of their Korean title tracks. I didn't want to get into their Japanese title tracks because that would be too much. I'm doing a tier list of all their Korean title tracks just for the funsies. I know that maybe I should wait until a bit later because Twice loves to work. They have 2 comebacks every year, so chances are they're gonna have another one. So I thought I'd kind of do a tier list because Alcohol Free came out, and I kind of wanted to talk about each song that they've done. And I guess I wanted to talk about Alcohol Free without having to do like a full-on review for the entire EP that just came out because I've only listened to it once and I still don't have thoughts on it. But anyway, let's get into the actual tier listing. Disclaimer for this tier is that I like all Twice songs to some degree. Like even the ones that I put in the bottom tier, I do like in some way. It's just that I prefer other songs over it, but I still like the songs in that bottom tier. So there's no real bottom tier. There's no real like shit tier, I guess. It's just like the tier where all the songs that I forget about or don't think are as good as their other 1 shit billion songs. That's where I would put them in. But at the end of the day, I still do like them. I still kind of vibe to them. And if it plays, I wouldn't ask people to turn it off or whatever. Unlike some groups. Yeah, it's like Twice is just one of those groups where it's so hard to not like them. Does that make sense? But maybe that's just me. Like I said, I really do love Twice, and this is basically my actual love letter to Twice and their music. So the highest tier of them all is called the pinnacle of a pop music. I think pop music gets a bad rep sometimes because most of the stuff is bad. The industry is bad and capitalism is ruining art, but I think pop music can still be a very beautiful and precious thing. But my personal requirements for good pop music is that it should elicit a certain kind of joy and encourage a zest for life. Like you want to keep living because you want to keep listening to this music. Does that make sense? Maybe that just says a lot about like what I look for in music, because I know people are different, obviously, but pop music is, I feel like, the music that should be happy. Even if the music is sad, it should still make you feel happy to be alive. So the next tier after that is called Nation's Girl Group Indeed. So the songs here are basically evidence of why Twice has been called the Nation's Girl Group. This is the level of quality that kind of cements the group their well-earned spot in the hearts of domestic and international fans. So remember what I said about loving all the Twice songs. This is a special tier because this tier has all the songs that are catchy, memorable, and fun, but I feel like I'm measuring more so the effect that listening to the song elicits in me rather than the quality and the musicality of the song alone. It does spark joy in some way, but not because it's complex and stuff, but more so the things that surround it. Like maybe the choreography is really fun, the fashion styling is really iconic, or like the killing parts are very memorable, or maybe you just bond with other people because of how memorable the song is. It's almost as if you're not measuring the song for its merit alone. You're considering all the other factors that prop the song up to a higher standard than you would consider it. So the tier below that is called She Did What She Had to Do. So the songs in this tier are just perfectly average, It's basically the bare minimum that I kind of expect Twice's music to be in, but it's also kind of forgettable in the grand scheme of their very large discography. And also, this is kind of just like, I feel like songs that have like a very utilitarian feel. They have comebacks that feel like they just did to kind of fill in the spot. They did a comeback not because they had something to say or something unique to offer, but just because they wanted to do a comeback for the sake of it. And then the bottom tier is called You're on Thin Ice. So basically, there are songs from Twice that if it wasn't sung by Twice or was done by anyone else, was done by any other artist, I would have hated it or written it off completely. But because I have such a heavy bias for Twice, and because I love their voices and what they bring to the table and what they do to the song itself, I end up giving it more chances until I end up genuinely liking it. Your only saving grace is the fact that you were sung by Twice, but otherwise you have nothing else going on for you. That's my tier list, so I guess all that's left to do is actually rank them. Hi guys, I did something incredibly stupid. Well, I didn't do it, my mic did. Basically, my mic stopped working while I was filming, so I'm really sorry for the drop in the sound quality, but I didn't want to film it again. And I feel like aside from the sound quality, the video itself is fine. So I'm really sorry and I hope you can forgive me. Just classic clownery. Won't happen again, promise. Okay, on with it. Okay, let's go and do this. I guess we'll do it in order. Best thing I ever did. I think she did what she had to do. I guess I'm just not a fan of like most Christmas songs. Cheer Up, ooh, lives rent free in my head because like even when it first came out, I was kind of underwhelmed by the track, and that's fine. Like Cheer Up is catchy, it's fun, very very memorable. It's like one of Twice's most famous songs ever. I don't really go out of my way to listen to it usually. I'm sorry. Dance the Night Away. I wanna put it in lives rent free. It's like I kind of disliked it actually because I thought it was a weird. The dance is fun. I think it was the first choreography that was like considered hard that Twice ever did that kind of got everybody's attention, and it's pretty memorable. Like even now when you think of like a deserted island, you think of Twice, or at least among my circle of friends. Oh my god, Fancy. That belongs in the pinnacle of pop music for sure. There is no other way this could be in any other tier. That is literally the cream of the crop. Not even just for Twice, but not even just for K-pop, but I think it's just such good pop music. Like the dance is fun, the styling is so iconic. It was Twice's transition into grown-up adults because that was the same year that ITZY debuted. Because ITZY is their hubei, they obviously had to age themselves up in contrast to ITZY, because if they can't be doing cutesy songs anymore now that ITZY, who is technically younger than them, doing more like boisterous concepts, it's just not gonna work out. At first I was kind of sad because I do love the cutesy look on Twice, but because the song itself is still pretty fun, but like they execute it in such a like sophisticated and elegant way. It feels special. Oh, I think that's Nation's girl group indeed. I really love this song. The line distribution here is really impressive. Everybody got a good part and everybody got a chance to shine. Everybody had a memorable thing. The music video is immaculate. Everybody looked stunning. The dance is really fun. I think this is just a really really good song. Now I myself am curious as to why I'm not putting it in pinnacle of pop music, but I think just because Fancy is so unparalleled. Heart Shaker. She did what she had to do. If they hadn't done this, I don't think anybody would have minded. Does that make sense? I'll just put it in She Did What She Had to Do. Knock Knock. Also, She Did What She Had to Do. Likey. Likey lives rent-free in my brain. Likey was my favorite Twice song for a long time until they released more songs afterwards. Oh, like Ooh Ah. That's hard. I either want to put it in... I think I want to put it in Nation's girl group. The dance break is so iconic. Oh my god. Better think about it twice. Oh, so good. I'm gonna put that there. Oh my god. Here's the first inductee into You're on Thin Ice, Bestie. Okay. I heard the demo is basically the same thing, except worse. Twice is just special like that. Signal, I know people don't like it, but I actually really kind of like it. You know, the chorus is very catchy, the dance is really cute. Just that beginning rap bit, it's not it. Okay, here we go. Nation's girl group indeed. TT really did that. It's so iconic. Unparalleled levels of iconetry. Iconetry? Whatever. She did what she had to do. It's funny because if I would have ranked this higher a few years ago, but again, like, it's all about like constantly improving yourself and like raising the bar, not just for everybody but for yourself as well. Yes or yes? I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit forgettable, but I do remember having a lot of fun. It's so forgettable. Oh, this one is not. I loved. This has to be one of my favorite Twice songs. The dance is freaking amazing. The outfits are fantastic. Those like yellow outfits they had in that one scene, immaculate, stunning, beautiful, gorgeous. Never before done. They did a good job in hopping on the synthwave bandwagon that The Weeknd started in 2019. K-pop really catches very quickly. Cry for Me, oh my god, that's the pinnacle of pop music. Anyone understand how good the song is? Yes, I understand. And so does everybody else. When I first heard it, I was like, it gave me like old school K-pop almost because of the classical strings. Because not a lot of like K-pop songs nowadays are kind of going for that very melodramatic, very like pained, like love scorned sound as much as they used to back in the day. So it's really nice for it to make a comeback, I guess. But who knows, maybe like old school K-pop is gonna make a comeback as well. You never know. Merry and Happy. I'm gonna do it. She did what she had to do. I don't know. I don't like Christmas songs. Somebody put the two alcohol free. But anyway, the final song in this list is alcohol free, and that is unfortunately You're on Thin Ice. I actually didn't like it when I first heard it, but because I love the styling and I love the choreography, I would go back and watch the music video over and over because the music video is so beautiful and entertaining to watch. The more I watch a music video, obviously the more I listen to it, the more I end up liking it. So that's kind of like how they hook you in. But no, I didn't like it in the beginning, and honest to God, if it wasn't Twice, I would have been like super unimpressed. But it is by Twice, and that is why I like the song. But yeah, here you go. That's my tier list. Alright, thank you guys so much for listening to my tier list video for Twice's title tracks. Let me know what you guys think. What is your favorite song? What is your least favorite Twice song? What is something that you would wish Twice would do in the future? What is something that you miss Twice doing? All my social media links are down in the description, as well as my Ko-fi and Patreon page links if you want to support my work. Please subscribe if you want to see more of my content. I post every week on Mondays, or at least I try to, and all of my videos are about all the things I love, or most of them. Alright, bye. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you guys later.